What is up, my YouTube friends? Good evening and hello. I hope everybody is doing absolutely awesome tonight. I know I'm doing relatively awesome, about as awesome as you can do, you know, because we're still living in cold weather. But it is what it is. We're going to have a blast tonight. We are going to answer your live streaming questions. It's going to be a buttload of fun. And I mean a full buttload. Not just half a buttload, but we're gonna load up those butts with fun tonight. So make sure to stay seated so you don't fall over and damage other parts of your body as we load up your butts. So let's go ahead and open the question form in case those of you who have not been here in the past. Well, basically you ask the questions on the form and we answer them. We use the form to make sure that you get your questions answered so that they're all in order and all of that stuff. So, yes, lots of butt fun tonight, Dr. Rob. We're doing it. We're doing it. We got the Logician in the house, Tech Examine, Blue-Eyed Skadee, Tint Pro. Hello, my friend. It is good to see you. Oh, man, we got all kinds of fun going on. Man, so where's everybody from? Are you all from cold weather states like we are, freezing and just miserable? Because I know I am. And Tech Examine did drop the link there for our questions to be answered form. So all you have to do is go in there, fill it out, and we get right to it. Dr. Rob's coming from Jasper, Texas. And Fire something or other kills 85. Comes from Texas as well. Fire TK kills. I think that's what that is. I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong, but I'm sure I did. Mr. Monkey Meat from Nebraska. Monica loves going through these, so we're going to go over and we're going to say hi to Monica real quick. Hello, Pumpkin.
Hello,
Look, we
honey.
have
How
people
are
from
you?
all over the place tonight. I'm doing well.
I know. Got some Rock
Oh,
Spring, Georgia in there,
we
Harrisburg
do.
in there.
Harrisburg.
Yes.
So
Lots of
close.
Texans
But
tonight.
yes, so far. Lots of Texas. That's good. Mr. Monkey Meat says hi.
Hi, Mr. Monkey Meat.
All right. Matthew Kelly has all of his questions submitted. So we'll probably be working for a good
Awesome.
couple hours on that, I'm sure. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, look at that. You got a pop up. I'm just
Pop
kidding.
up. Camper? What?
Yeah, well, I'm ready to go camping somewhere warm. Short Staff, New York. Greetings. Oh, yeah, Dr. Rob told all his friends to come and
Always
hang out
good.
with us for a buttload of fun. Are you ready for a buttload of fun?
You know what that means? We're going to have a whole stream full of doctors.
Maybe. Maybe. And Blue Eyed Skadee is from Mercer, PA. So that's pretty cool.
Mercer.
Yes, not super far. New York. Cool on Conch is from New
Couch.
York. New York. Cool on Couch. Is that
Couch.
Couch? Yeah, that's Couch. I
Couch.
knew it.
Yep.
Canadian Games is from Florida.
Florida.
That makes perfect sense.
I know. I was thinking the other direction.
He just wants people to think he's nice, so he says he's from Canada, I guess. That Canadian guy from Florida. Oh, man. Well, you know what? People will think you're less nuts if you're not from Florida, too. I always find it funny that people think when crazy stuff happens, the first thing they say is, was it in Florida? Maybe a lot of crazy stuff happens in Florida, but you know what? It's warm. They get 365 days to do shit. In Pennsylvania, we get like 3 days to do stuff, and the rest of the time it's freezing cold. So there you go. Lots of Canadians in Florida. Is that what it is? Oh, man. That's awesome.
That is
Telling you, I
awesome.
just want to go to Florida and do stupid things 365 days a year, honey. Is it too much to
Stupid.
ask?
Um, Probably. Yeah. Right now,
Gabe,
at this particular time, yes.
yeah. Well, Gabriel's from Queensland, Australia, and so that means he's probably in warm all year round too. You notice how people who come from warm climates are probably happier as well.
Mhm.
But
Huh.
who knows?
Nobody knows. Some people like the cold. Some people like the cold and the snow, and they prefer it this way because if it's too hot, people don't like to be hot all the time. So
I
they prefer the
guess I
cold.
don't
Because
know.
you could always put a
I'll,
sweatshirt on or a sweater, hence the sweater. You can always put sweaters or sweatshirts on, but you can't. you can only get so naked when it's hot, and then you're just still hot, and it's not comfortable.
Well,
So
people are imagining you getting naked and how hot that would
no,
be, honey. So
no,
thanks for that. Thanks for that image.
I meant I,
Let's keep it PG here. Oh yeah. There we
sorry
go.
for that,
Pools.
everybody. It went off in a totally different direction than it was supposed to.
I don't know. Anyway, do we have any questions on the form?
Let me
Or are we
check.
just gonna goof around all night?
We have 6 questions out there so far.
The logician likes the hole you're digging. 6 questions. Well, let's hop right in.
You want to
We've
hop
got
right to it?
Yeah, we've got some viewers. We have a lot of viewers, but not a lot of likes. So it seems like there might be quite a few thumbs broken, and we can't really have an epic live stream without those thumbs. We really can't. And you know what? I want to add something here, really quick, because I think it needs to be done. So just give me a quick moment here,
Okay.
uh, because this is something that I know will get the crowd hopping. We'll say, you know what? It might get the crowd hopping. I think it will. This was a gift from a friend of the stream. Let me see if I can actually find it here. I know I just loaded it onto this machine. There it is. There it is. So this is you know what? All of those thumbs up is going to earn you something very, very important. And we're going to do it right now. Here we go. Every single person on this stream is going to get a virtual bag of completely embiggen popcorn. It's coming right from me to you. And I know, I just don't get too excited. We don't want to explode that buttload of fun that we're trying to have and stink up the whole room. Let's get to those questions and enjoy your virtual embiggen bag of popcorn. We love you guys. And thank you so much to the logician for putting that together because, well, let's face it, we all need more. We really do, I think.
I'm
There we
pulling an
go.
audible here, and I refuse to have the first question asked just because I'm so sick and tired of hearing about it.
Oh.
I'm on. It's making me angry,
Oh,
Matthew. I'm getting
What's the
angry,
first-
Matthew. I'm gonna get up.
What's the
Stand
first question?
don't make me come over there. Um, the first question comes from Matthew Kelly.
Well, hello,
And
Matthew.
let's see. I did not pre-read this question, so let me see. It says for my first question, if someone made a stream that talked about celebrities that they don't want to get involved with crimes or something that could get them into trouble with their careers, like what happened with Will Smith, do people would go to see the stream of putting up actors that we liked that we hope we don't see them get involved in trouble?
I don't know. I mean, you know, let me go over to the main screen here. Where's the butter? I'm sorry, Blue-Eyed Skadee. I forgot. Oh, wait, hold on a second. It's playing that again for fun. There we go. You know, any kind of stream that you want to do about topical things like Will Smith smacking Chris Rock and, you know, all that kind of stuff, that's possibly going to get views. And certainly if you're going to do streams about celebrity criminal activities, there are people out there that care about it. And so you'll probably get views, especially if those particular celebrities happen to be in the news quite a bit right now. With that being said, with anything that you do that even touches on political or anything like that, you're going to have to remember that you'll deal with just as many haters as you will people who love what you say or what you do. And believe me when I tell you, you'll probably be dealing with more haters because they tend to be louder than the people who like what you do. So just be aware that anytime that you broach the public sphere with anything that's slightly topical, having to do with politics or celebrity or anything like that, you're opening yourself up. And when you do that, unlike Will Smith, you and I don't have the outlet to punch somebody in the face whenever we feel like it and get away with it. So there you go. You're going to have to take the good with the bad. And when I say take the bad, you're going to have to take the bad. Period. It is what it is. In fact, that's probably what Mr. Smith should have made the right decision to do. But it is what it is. Hopefully that answers your question. Anything like that's going to get views. It's just a question of whether those are the kind of views you really want and whether you can take the heat, because you got to take the heat. All right, babe. What you got?
Okay, the second question is from Matthew Kelly.
All right, Matthew.
He had trouble setting up a Streamlabs chatbot showing his custom chatbot. The bot would not show up on his stream. Do you know why he's having issues setting up a chatbot on his stream?
Well, I don't specifically know why you would have problems setting up a chat bot. If you're talking about setting up something like this right here, yeah, a lot of the ones that come with Streamlabs and Stream Elements are kind of wonky, and you have to go in and refresh the cache to get them to work. If you're specifically talking about like a chat bot, like you'll see I have Stream Elements occasionally put up the link to our question form and the link to our donation for the channel, and they also announce when someone subscribes and things like that. If you're talking about that sort of bot, the only reason why that bot would not be working on your stream is if you are not logged into Streamlabs or Stream Elements with the proper login for the channel, and if you did not add Stream Elements or Streamlabs into your moderator section so that they can actually physically post in your live stream. So those are the two steps. And I think in Streamlabs, you actually have to turn on the chat bot as well. If you didn't turn it on, it's not going to work. You don't have to turn it on in Stream Elements. It does it automatically, but you do have to add it into your live stream as a moderator in order for it to work. And you have to be logged into Stream Elements under the proper login. So if I was logged in right now under my Twitch login, my Stream Elements bot would not be working. But since I'm logged into Stream Elements under the proper login, my YouTube login, it works just fine. So just keep that in mind as well. Let's go get another question. All right, babe, what you got?
Okay, the next question is also from Matthew Kelly. He said he got all his questions in, so we're good here.
He did. He
Got
did.
them
He
all in
worked it out.
first. Yeah. He says for next question, he wants to set up a donation goal for Wii U and Nintendo since the eShop is closing down in March 2023. He says, in your opinion, to see how this would get viewers' attention, would a best donation goal name be Wii U and Nintendo 3DS eShop games before eShop close? Or should I choose a different donation goal name like Wii U and Nintendo eShop games before close down on March 2023?
I don't think you're going to even be able to fit that in there. So you're probably going to have to come up with something snappy and short, and you're just going to have to explain to people what exactly the point is. Because I don't even think, I mean, that wouldn't fit on a screen, would it? The Wii U, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's not going to fit. So you're going to have to come up with something.
That wouldn't fit in a novel.
No, they're going to probably have to come up with something snappier than that, and maybe just take a moment, or have your bot tell people what it is in the chat. So that'll probably work. All right, babe, what you got? You look mighty fine tonight, by the way.
Well, thank you.
It's a good thing I found you.
Probably. Yes, it's probably all the embiggened popcorn.
It probably is. It makes you look shiny and bright. I told you we were going to have a buttload of fun. I wasn't lying, man. Oh, goodness.
Okay, next question is from Canadian Games.
Well, hello, Canadian Games from Florida.
From Florida, yes.
Maybe he only just plays games that are made in Canada.
Maybe.
How many days do you think that would take? 3, 5? I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry, I can't help you there.
These are the inquiring things that people want to know, Canadian Games.
Do they?
I do. I mean, you know, that's the first thing you start out your live stream with. Hi, I'm Canadian Games. I'm from Florida. And then let the questions roll. Let the questions roll in, baby. All right. What's Canadian Games question?
Would you recommend an M1 Max Mac Studio for streaming? And if so, what software would you say is the least problematic on Mac? I come from a PC background.
Stay on
All
the
right.
PC.
All right. So, I have a video coming out where I fully test my M1 Max MacBook Pro, and that should be out. I'm thinking probably Wednesday of next week. So definitely stay tuned if you want to have fleshed out for you the full what it's actually capable of doing. And obviously, that's not the studio version or any of that stuff. But, needless to say, my stance prior to the M1 Mac was don't buy a Mac if you want to live stream. So we'll see if that video changes my opinion at all. But I will say this. If you want to stream problem-free without having to overspend for your equipment and everything else, PC is still the way to go. You could get, I can still stream this stream on my old PC, which is a Core i7 that's about 10 years old and a 970 graphics card. I can do amazing things with that old piece of equipment, and that's because everything in OBS is specifically written and designed to function about as well as it possibly can on a PC, and there's all kinds of plugins to do everything I want to do. Some of the problems that you run into on Mac. One, it's not running natively on a Mac yet. It still runs, but it's not running natively. It's also not. It's also like half of the plugins that I use for my live streams aren't available on a Mac. So there's a lot of reasons why Mac is not a mature platform for live streaming yet, and one of those reasons is because Mac never focused on live streaming on their platform previously. Now, I do think that that's going to change because Mac actually has stepped up to the plate, and they are a major contributor to the OBS project at this point, which means at the very least we're probably going to get a Mac M1 version of OBS Studio, and that could be a game changer. It could be pretty epic stuff, but it's not here yet. So definitely check out the video on Wednesday to see what my thoughts are on how the Mac M1 Max performed. I don't have the M1 chip. I have the M1 Max. It's actually pretty much the most loaded up MacBook Pro that you can get. So it's not necessarily indicative of somebody using a Mac Mini or anything, but it will give you a pretty good idea of what is possible on a Mac M1, and I did push that thing. We pushed that thing big time. So it was a lot of fun to do the video, and then I give my full thoughts, but pretty much that should give you an idea of what the better decision is, at least from a financial perspective, and what's actually available out there for the platforms. I still think that PC is, just much more stable and easy to get into. So hopefully that answers your question, and definitely look out for that video on Wednesday for a couple of big surprises, I think. All right. What you got, babe? My nose is itchy again. This happens when we go live. It is a bit warm in this room as well, which is weird since it's freaking frigid outside. Oh, man.
That's a good thing, though, that it's not frigid in your room.
I guess. Siberian Foxclaw wasn't feeling very well. He was under the weather this week, so he missed our Tuesday live stream over on Twitch where we played Lost Ark. You guys should definitely come and check that out. We have a lot of fun. The Logician stopped by last night to say hi. And, we had Siberian Foxclaw physically on the stream. And we've also had some other folks on the stream as well. And unfortunately, this was a lonely week. But it's good to see that Blue-Eyed Skadee is back in the house. So we know that she's okay. We missed her on the stream this week as well. So hopefully next week we will be back up at full speed. I hope. Oh, man. All right. Well, honey, do we have more questions?
Yes.
We'll jump right in then.
Yes. Okay, this question is from Tint Pro.
Hello, Tint Pro. I'm assuming he's talking about window tint.
I don't know. I cannot answer that question.
That's my guess.
That's your guess.
Yep. We'll see
Okay.
if he lets
I
us know
have
if that's
all
true.
I have all these notifications from Stream Elements set up on my OBS streaming with Restream. Now I don't see the link appear on my chat the way the audience can super chat me.
Interesting. So he has it set up in Restream. I don't know how that works. Let me pop over to my main screen here. So I don't know how that works in Restream because I don't think that Restream has a I don't think that Restream has a browser source function. I don't know. Does Restream have a browser source function? Has this been added as something that I don't know about? Now, I know that Restream will post in the chat and stuff. Obviously, if you're using a chat bot from like Stream Elements or something, it will post in the chat. The only reason why the chat bots and that sort of stuff wouldn't be posting in your chat is if it does not have administrative access to your live stream. In other words, you have to go into... what is it? You have to go into your settings, and then you have to go into permissions. Nope, not permissions. Where is it? Advanced feature eligibility. Nope, nope, nope. General. Nope. Permissions. Nope. Community. You have to go into community, and then you have to add in whatever you're using. In this case, you said Stream Elements. You have to add them in as a moderator in order for them to post in your chat. So Restream really doesn't have anything to do with it. They have to be in YouTube in a moderator folder in order for them to post in your chat. And then obviously the bot has to be functional for it to post the information in there that you're looking for. Midnight Madness 4x4's in the house. Oh, I use Stream. Oh, you use Stream Elements OBS? Yeah. You probably want to switch to regular OBS at some point because you'll definitely find that you're missing lots of features and functions. Do I have a video for that? Not anything specifically for Restream and structuring the chat. However, I do have a video that walks you through the chat bots for both Stream Elements and Stream Labs. So, Michael, could you post the link? Tech Examined is going to post a link, Tint Pro, to the video that I did on chatbots and stuff. And once they can post, they'll obviously post all of that donation stuff in there as well. So that's always good. Tech for Your Needs is in the house. And by the way, Tint Pro, there's a debate. We're assuming you're talking about window tint for automobiles. There is a chat, but there's a chat too. But I don't see anything popping there either. Yeah, so you probably have to add them as a moderator. And that's probably what's going on. Tech Examine just posted that in the thing. Tint Pro, you don't happen to be in the Pennsylvania area, do you? Yeah, I might consider doing that. I've watched a few of your OBS videos, and I'm going to watch more to improve my live streaming quality. Well, Midnight Madness, I appreciate that. That's my biz. That's awesome, Tint Pro. Oh, you're in Texas. Come on over. Well, I have a car channel, Tint Pro. We are currently between engines, but I'm working on a BMW 733i. And if you might like to get involved in a video, I might like to come to Texas and get my windows tinted. That would be a lot of fun. So you should message me on. You should message me. If you go into my About page, you can find my email address. And message me and let me know. Oh, that would be cool. You know, Tint Pro, I work with a local detailer who does all that stuff for me, but he doesn't do tint, so that would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. By the way, if somebody's interested in my car channel, I haven't posted there in a while because, like I said, I'm kind of in between engines, and we had another major snafu on that this week. But the channel name is For the Love of Cars, so check it out. And let's go see if we can get another question. Xander, hello. How are you doing? Lots and lots of folks in the house from our membership program. I love seeing you guys. It is so awesome. I could put some ceramic everywhere for you. Hey, man, that would be awesome. I just have to make sure that everything is up to snuff because there's not much point in ceramic coating stuff that's junk. So there's a lot of that sort of stuff that needs to be done. Looks like we have a Dusty sighting.
Yes, we do. Yes,
Look
we
at
do.
that. Oh,
I
that's
decided
fantastic.
to come on early today and be annoying. So
Well, it is
I
what it
know.
is.
I
We've
know.
got we've got Henry Gaming says hello. Hello, Henry Gaming. So what's the next
Hello.
question, beautiful lady?
Okay, the next question. This question comes from Jay. It's just the letter J. That's all it is.
Well,
But
hello,
it's
Jay.
in regards to the questions in the past couple weeks that about the audio caption that he can't get it to go away on his stream, and he asking, is it possible for you to use TeamViewer or any other app to help? Because I would like for you to take a look to see if I'm doing something wrong because the audio caption isn't going away.
Well, let's see here. So I used to do consulting for my channel, and I couldn't charge enough to make people stop asking me to do it. So I just stopped doing it because honestly, I create content videos that takes 10 or 15 hours per week per video, and then I deal with all the back end parts of the business, that have to do with creation, and it just doesn't leave me a lot of extra time to do consulting. And to be honest with you, I can produce a video that can reach thousands or hundreds of thousands or even millions of people and help a lot of people, or I can do consulting which can help one person and take up a whole lot of my time. So I don't really do it anymore. I do appreciate the opportunity, but unfortunately at this point it just takes up way too much of my time. And to be honest with you, I can't possibly charge enough for that time anymore, because every time I do it, that's time I could be using to grow my business or create more videos or more content or do some research. And especially now that I basically have 3 or 4 channels going between the car channel, my live channel, and my Twitch channel, it's just too much. I just don't have the time. So I do appreciate it, but I don't have the time. Oh, and Tint Pro says it's a ceramic tint, not coating. Oh, well, that's really cool. I'm pretty sure, though, you have to have a good coat of paint on there first. So that'll probably be step 1, Tint Pro. But once that's done, brother, we're gonna have to get together. We're gonna have to get together. All right. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Michael, Tech Examined, who works with me on all the filming stuff that we do for the car channel, was just filling me in on what ceramic tint is, and that sounds epic. He says he wants to bring his truck down too, which we'll probably do, because anytime you drive an old beat-up car, sometimes they just break down. So his truck comes in handy when we have to tow something. So there we go. Let's go get another question from the beautiful Monica. Oh, Organic Gardening from North Carolina is in the house.
Hey, Dave.
What's up, Dave? All right, babe, what we got?
Next question is from Henry Gaming.
Hello, Henry.
And Henry Gaming says the browser in OBS does not work, and my overlays and Stream Elements do work in Streamlabs OBS, but the browser in OBS does not work. Any fixes for that?
Well, let's see. Let's go over here to our tutorial screen real quick. And I can't tell you why yours doesn't work, but I can show you how it's supposed to work. So we've got my screen right here, and we're going to go over here into Stream Elements real quick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch you guys to the main screen so I can get into my streaming tools here without divulging any important information. There we go. And now we'll go back over to my tutorial screen. And you can see this is just a simple overlay that I created. It has the hype cup in it. I'm pretty sure this has some events in it. There we go. Just a plain old subscriber event. Let's zoom out a little bit here. There we go. So we can see how that goes. So I'm just going to go ahead and click this overlay link right here. So that copies the URL. And I'm going to go into OBS, and we're going to go and we're going to click this plus. We're going to go to browser source, and we'll just call this alerts. And there we go. We've got our browser source. We're going to just paste that link in here. We're going to go 1920 by 1080. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and refresh the cache right away. And we want to control the audio in OBS just in case it's too loud or something like that. And there we go. So now we have alerts in here. Mr. Santa will show up. Now, if you put the alerts in here, you're not going to see them. Okay? I'm telling you right now, if you put the alerts under your other video content things, you can't see them. So it has to be all the way in the front. And then what I'm going to do is let's go over, pop this here. Come on, man. We could do this. Pop it here, and then we're going to pop this here. And then I'm just going to emulate so that you could see my event here. And boom. It comes up right on the screen the way it's supposed to. So why wouldn't this work? Well, the first reason why this wouldn't work is if you have the alert underneath your video camera or something like that. So assuming that you have it all the way on the top, the only other reason why this wouldn't work is that you are not logged in properly to your stream elements. So if you're not logged in properly to stream elements, that can cause it not to work because it doesn't know you're live. And then once it knows you're live, you shouldn't have any problems with it popping that in there. So if you make sure that you check those two things, and if you have, then you should be good to go. And hello, Al Green. Thank you so much for the subscribe. I super do appreciate it. Oh, AJ. Yeah, I got close. Anyway, yeah, I have a name problem, AJ, but thank you for subscribing. Are you in the live stream, AJ Green? And are you related to the most epic of wide receivers in the NFL? One of my absolute favorites. Oh, he is here. Oh, all right. Well, AJ, I hope you are related so that you can tell Mr. Green how much I absolutely love watching him play. It's awesome, man. Anyway, let's get to it, baby.
Okay, next question. Next question comes from Siberian Foxclaw.
Well, hello, Onion. AJ Green says he wishes. Well, that's all right. You are just as good as he is, just maybe not in the NFL. So there you go. Let's do this, baby.
All right.
Did you say hi to Onion?
I can't. Hello, Onion. Hello,
he wasn't
Onion.
feeling well, so.
I know. Based on his question, he says his brain's still not functional due to the cold, to his cold. So I hope he's feeling better.
I hope so too.
But his question is, if someone is hosting a stream, use your melon, for example, and you are invited into that session or stream, can you use Snap Camera with your camera and have it work on their stream?
No. You cannot. Let's see. So basically the question is, if you're in a session where you're on screen and someone else is on screen in Melon and you're using Snap Camera, will your Snap Camera affect their image? And the answer to that is absolutely not. Unfortunately, it only affects the camera or the people on the camera that are excuse me, that are in your direct location. Excuse me. We coughed that one out, so we're good now. Unfortunately, that's the way it works, but the other person can load it up on their machine, and I'll show you how that works. The other person can load it up on their machine, and then they can do all the fun stuff too, right? Can you do that, woman? Beautiful lady.
What?
Can we see Cartoon Monica?
Sure.
She doesn't like this one because it makes her look chubby, I think.
Cartoon?
Wait.
Anime?
Yeah, that'll work.
Cartoon?
I don't know, whatever you want. Let's just prove that you can do it.
This one?
Even on a Mac.
I can do it.
All right. Even on a Mac, right?
Even on a Mac.
Yeah.
Even on a macaroni.
Even on a Mac, babe. You can do it.
Where's this one? Oh no.
Oh man.
We don't want to do that one.
Oh, well, let's get another question in there.
Alrighty. Let's see what we've got. All right, hold on. Let me find the questions now. I'm all confused. Okay, so now we have a question from the logician. And he says, is that pop or beer inside that cooler that you use to conveniently hide the label on the can?
It is epically Sam's Club Cola, directly from your local Walmart or mine. Because regular soda is too damn expensive these days, even for semi-famous YouTubers. I can't even say that with a straight face. I know, I can't even say that with a straight face. But there are people in here who think, think that I'm some kind of celebrity. So I appreciate that. I really do. It's very humbling. But I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy who makes videos on the internet, man. So yeah, I drink Sam Club's soda directly from the Walmart. So there you go. All the secrets are coming out. All right, babe. What's the next question?
Okay. The next question is from Kudo RS. Kudo RS.
Hello, Kudo RS.
Question.
Hopefully we pronounced that right.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, so sorry about that.
Well, it wasn't me this time. Right, Onion?
I know. Usually I'm really good at this stuff, but I don't know about this one. Hoping that's somewhat right. Okay.
No, he says it's right, so.
Oh, okay.
Kudos
okay.
RS. Thank you. All right, let's do it.
I use the audio output plugin you showcased in one of your videos to separate all my audio out.
Cool.
Discord, Spotify, Game Sound. I've also been using Streamlabs to generate a link for Twitch alerts in OBS Studio. However, I'm the only one that can hear the alert sounds. My chat cannot. Do you know a fix to add Twitch alert sounds using the audio output plugin?
Twitch alert sounds. Okay, so let's go back. All right, I think I have a fix for you. All right, so let's go over here to my tutorial screen real quick, because I'm relatively certain I know exactly what you're talking about. Hey, Mose is in the house. What's up, Mose? All right, so like this alert here, obviously you can't hear it because I don't have any audio coming from this one. But you can see right down here, it in the alerts, it should be playing. It's not actually playing, so I might not have any audio hooked up to that alert. But you can see that in the alert, if I go into properties, I can check this box right here that says use audio via OBS. Okay? Normally you're in bed. Well, it's good to see you. Moss is from over across the pond. So is Aussie Wheels in the house too. You guys are here late. So all you have to do is click on here and go to advanced audio properties, and it tells you, okay, so my alert right now is monitor off, meaning I can't hear it. But I can change that. I could go to monitor only, meaning only I can hear the alert, but my audience cannot. Or I could go to monitor and output, meaning I can hear the audio for the alert, and so can my audience. So you have 3 different ways to set it up. But the first key to that is to go into your audio properties in here, or into your browser alert property, and click on this use audio via OBS. And that will get you all set up so that you can adjust how and who and everyone who can hear it and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully that helps you out. Let's get another epic question. And let's take a look. I want to take a look here at something real quick. So we've got only 42 likes on this, even after we embiggen the popcorn and everything. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need to do it again. Hold on a second. Do I still have it in here? I should have it in here.
You should.
I should, but it's
Does
not.
This mean you're going to double embiggen the popcorn?
I might have to. If that's what it takes to unbreak people's thumbs, I might have to, I might have to do it again. Here we go. This is my gift to you guys, an embiggened bag of virtual popcorn. Just for those thumbs up. And I really do appreciate it. It's my way of paying you back. Everyone, please enjoy your embiggened bag of popcorn on me. And hit those thumbs up, please. They really do help this video find a wider audience. Salty corn. You know it. All right. What do we got next, beautiful?
We have a question from Crazy Daily Banana.
Well, hello, Crazy Daily Banana. I'm not exactly sure how to parse that out even.
I don't know. But the question is, why can I only record for 16 minutes? I have a gaming PC. It should work fine.
In OBS,
Well,
that is, by the way.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting question. And by the way, Moss says that he would prefer a sandwich from the world famous Monica Sandwich Maker. Which is an old school joke, so it's cool that people still remember those jokes. But for those of you who do not know, Monica is an epic sandwich maker. So there you go. All right, let's answer this question. So what was it again? All right. Hey, Darren. Hello. So the only thing that I can figure, and let's go over into my tutorial screen here. The only reason why I could figure that you wouldn't be able to record for longer than 15 minutes, go into your output, go into your recording, and check to see what the format is that you're recording in. Some of these formats may have a specific time limit that they close out the file, which does not mean that they're not opening a new file. But depending upon how you have your file structure set up for your recordings in here, you might just be recording over what it just recorded. So if you don't have it set up so it's going to create a new file name for each recording, it might be using a file format that will only go 15 minutes and then start, or 45 minutes or whatever it is, and start a new file. But since you don't have it set up so it can start a new file, it just starts a file with the exact same name and then it writes over it. So if I had to guess, I'd say that's what it is. Now, I will say this also. I use the file format, recording format MP4. I've never had any problems with it not recording for as long as I ask it to record. So just keep that in mind. But you can definitely fix the problem by going into advanced and making sure your file name stuff is set up properly right here so that it can create a new file every time, or a new file name every time. And that should resolve your problem, I hope. I hope it would resolve your problem. Let's go get another question. And hello, Xander says, you know why 42 is the meaning of life? ASCII code 42 is meaning it is anything you wish it to be. Okay. ASCII code jokes, honey. You don't get that every day.
No.
Oh, goodness. So what you got? What's the next question?
Well, I have a question from Dan Gleeballs.
Well, hello, Dan Gleeballs.
Yes.
It's nice to meet you.
Okay.
So Blue-Eyed Skadea is still looking for butter in her popcorn.
Well, you have to give that out. Because what is popcorn without the butter?
Buttery topping. Buttery
yes,
topping.
Buttery top, yeah.
Yes. When it's not butter, it's the best. Actual butter.
Well, you know, I don't know. So we're going to have a butter debate. What you got, babe?
All right, so Dan's question.
Onion's got the butter.
Okay, cool. So you can pass that out. Okay, cool. All right. So Dan's question. Now I got this wrong the last time, I think, but I can't remember how to pronounce it properly. So it's a GOXLR.
GoXLR.
Okay. And I'm having trouble with sound volume within OBS. It always seems
we like to call it the Goxler here, but you know. We like to call it the Goxler here,
yes,
but anyway, what's the question?
Yes, it's the Goxler. Anyway, he's having problems with the sound volume within OBS. It always seems quiet. Are there any tips? And then there's a
so
second
Goxler is quiet. All right. Well,
yeah.
I don't have any let me go over here so they can see me too. I don't have any we're embiggening your bag again. You're going to have a room-sized bag by the end of the night of embiggen popcorn. I don't have any specific tips or tricks on the Goxler because I don't have one to test. The company that makes the Goxler is welcome to send me a Goxler anytime, and I will thoroughly test it and then have the information that I need to divvy out to you. I don't know why it would be particularly quiet in your stream, though. Unfortunately, I can't help you there. All right, babe.
Yes, and this is the second part of that of Dan's question. He says, is there a way to set a limiter for sound inputs on OBS alongside this? Is there an opposite so the sound is always at a specific volume despite being quiet at times?
There actually sort of is. Let me go into the tutorial here. This is a PG-13 show. What did Tech Examine say? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go... now I forget. All right, so can you set the audio volume? Well, let's just go to my video capture device here, and we can go into filters. And we can definitely see that it is functional. We're getting audio in here. And so I can go into my audio video filters, and I can put a compressor on here, an expander and gain. We can put a limiter on here, or a noise gate. So if we put a limiter on here, that means we can essentially set the threshold that we want our audio to hit, and then it won't go over that. So something like a limiter I think works well, but you kind of want to use it in conjunction with some of the other audio tools like a compressor, so that all of your audio has the same volume level. I think it works most effectively that way, but your audio visual filters in here is where you're going to find all the kind of stuff that's going to give you the ability to do the things that you want to do to level the audio out. Hopefully that helps you. I don't have a busload of experience with that. I'm really not an audio tech from that perspective. My editor is much, much better at that sort of stuff than I am. But I do know the tools are available if they need to be used. I haven't had a lot of luck with it, so apparently my ears are just not good. All right, babe, what you got?
Next question is from John Alchemy.
Hello, John.
How can I set Restream to stream on a specific YouTube stream? I'm scheduling a stream on YouTube, but when I start streaming, Restream streams it on another URL.
Okay. All right. So let me go. I don't know if I still can get into my Restream account. Let's see. If I can get in there, I might be able to show you. But I believe there's a way that you can schedule streams on Restream. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. Boom. All right. So you can set it up for OBS or Zoom. Schedule an event. Edit destinations. Let's see. Let me go over here to my tutorial screen. So I'm assuming that you're probably using Studio. And if you use Studio, what happens is it's just going to automatically start and, yeah, whatever. I get what you're talking about here. So we're in here already. I'm pretty sure virtual backgrounds, video, audio, default recording. I could have swore there was a thing in here that allowed you to select live broadcast type stuff. But maybe he's using OBS. Yeah, that's what I figured. But if you use, so you're using OBS to stream into Restream and then going out to the world, or you're just using Restream to add guests to your live stream? Because that's a much easier thing. Because you can definitely go live to a scheduled broadcast through OBS, but I don't see any way in Restream to do that, at least directly from the studio. Now you might be able to set up a stream right here. Yep, this is where you would do it. You just set up your stream to your OBS stream. So you're going to take your URL key, which would be right here. Right here, your stream URL, right? You following me? Stream URL, and you would put that right here. And then you're going to take your stream key right here. You just copy that, and you're going to paste that right here. And then you're going to be able to go ahead and go right to the exact broadcast that you want to go to, or you should be able to. So hopefully that makes sense. And that's how you would get to it. You're going to go set up Zoom, OBS, etc. That seems like the way that you would set that up if you're going to use Restream as your streaming service. But I would personally, like I use Melon to do the Monica cam. And I don't stream through Melon. I stream directly through OBS, and we just add Monica into the stream using Melon. So that's, unless there's a specific feature or function in Restream that you're trying to use, you can just live stream directly from OBS and add in the Restream elements that you want right into your screen. The only other thing that I would figure that you'd be using from Restream would be like the chat features. But if we go over here, you can see that I can use the chat features. There we go. I can add chat features right to my stream. We've got John Alchemy's thing. Thank you. I will try it out. So I can add that stuff in there. If you're interested in learning how I'm able to add this stuff directly into my OBS live stream, I did a video on this, and Tech Examine will post that video into the chat. It is the one that's on Twidget, just so you know, Tech Examine. And it works for anyone who's using a PC. It allows you to select chat, like this one from JM Blade here. Helped me so much to grow on YouTube. Thank you for your video tips. Well, thank you, JM Blade. I really do appreciate all the kind words. You guys are absolutely amazing. It just will not connect sometimes, but I can open it in PC settings, and it's fine. I'm not sure if we're talking about the same thing. Let's go get another question from the beautiful Monica. Oh, John watched that one. Okay. Yeah, that's what I use. It works really well. Go ahead, baby. What's the next question?
Next question is from Connor JJ.
Well, hello, Connor JJ.
My internet upload speed is high and is able to have 1080p and 60 frames per second according to the picture shown in one of your videos. When I do 720p and 30 frames per second, I still have frames missed from rendering. Do you know how to fix that?
Well, yeah. If it's not your network connection, then it is your machine that you're using. Let's go over here into the tutorial. So that tutorial has more than one part. Just because you're able to stream in 1920 by 1080 from internet connection perspective does not necessarily mean that you're able to stream from your PC at that rate, depending upon what type of stream you're trying to do. So to figure that out, you go into View and you go into your stats, and it'll bring up the stats window. Now this is the stats window on my second OBS, so you can see we're not connected, but we're not dropping any frames either. Let's get you the stats view from the actual stream that I'm doing right now, and there it is. So you can see that my CPU is at 2.2%. I've dropped 21 frames due to render lag, no frames due to encoding lag, and no frames due to my network. So if your network connection is really as good as you think it is, you shouldn't be dropping any frames right here when you're live streaming. And then these frames up here are all due to your encoding and rendering. So it takes your machine a certain amount of time to render each frame out that it sends to the live stream. And then it takes it a certain amount of time to encode those frames to send them out to the live stream. So in other words, your computer is rendering each frame and then encoding that frame to go out to the live stream. And this is dependent upon your machine's ability to handle it and what sort of encoder you're using. So if we go down here into settings and I go to my output, we can see that I'm using the NVIC encoder, the new one, and I'm streaming at 6,000 kilobits per second. And my machine is not having any trouble keeping up. However, if you are using X264 as your encoder, your X264 is doing the frame renders and the encoding renders. On this computer right here, my video card is doing the encoding renders, or my video card is doing the frame renders, and then there's a separate chip on my video card that's doing the encoding renders, which means that my CPU is not touching any of the stream for the most part. And that's where people run into problems if you're using a machine that does not have a dedicated video graphics card or something like that, and you're dropping a lot of frames. That's probably it. The only other thing that would cause that is if you're doing a game stream and your game is really maxing out your graphics card and your CPU is trying to keep up with all of the frame renders, and then you're trying to encode at the same time, you could end up dropping frames. But generally speaking, if your upload speeds are proper and you're still dropping frames, it has to do with some sort of bottleneck on your computer that's causing the problem. So that's the next place that you want to check. So let's go over and get another question. All right, babe.
Okay.
Who was that question from, by the way?
Connor, JJ.
Okay, cool. Hopefully that answers your question, Connor.
Okay. Next
Let's
question
do it.
comes from AJ's Green Topics.
Hello, AJ Green's Topics. We talked about AJ Green. He is not the amazing professional football receiver, but we love him either way.
Either way, I know. Well, it's actually not AJ Green's Topics. It's AJ's Green Topics.
Oh, so that's interesting. Okay.
Okay.
So this could be about gardening or stuff like that.
Organic stuff. Yes, I know. Do you lose potential subscribers if comments are disabled in the Made for Kids? I'd like to make helpful comments. What are your thoughts?
Okay. So, all right. So there's some debate as to whether having your comments disabled is good or bad. If you're doing videos with kids in them and you have to check video is for kids in your thing, sometimes YouTube will just disable those comments and there's nothing that you can do. There were a lot of kid YouTubers at the time that this was instituted that lost a busload of money, a lot of money, because YouTube's algorithm is fed off of how much interaction your video gets. And if your comments are disabled, well, then it's not getting a lot of interaction. It might get some thumbs up, thumbs down, that sort of stuff, but it doesn't have the comments to really read off to engage viewer interest in the video or viewer discussion in the video. So I tend to think that if you can get away with not disabling your comments, I would tend to lean towards not disabling your comments. A good, hearty discourse in your comments, whether it's good or bad for your argument, is still a good thing. Obviously, you don't want anything foul. You want everything to be clean and all that kind of stuff. And if I have a bot that basically deletes any comments with people who use foul language or anything racist or anything like that in my comments, because there's just no place for that sort of stuff in the public discourse. If you are smart enough or intelligent enough to be leaving a comment where you're making a specific type of argument for your case, you ought to be able to actually use language that everyone, even a 12-year-old, could read. So, I think a lot of that stuff, and I did a video about this a long time ago, is on the YouTuber. It's on us to make sure that we have those words marked out, that we have everything that might be questionable put into a spam folder where we can go through those comments specifically and okay them. It's on us to police our own comments and basically say what is acceptable and what isn't. And by the way, just because someone disagrees with you doesn't mean it's not acceptable. People can disagree with me all day long, just as long as they're fair and honest about it and not mean and using foul language or racist terms or whatever. That's fine. That's fine. I'm perfectly capable of admitting that once in a while I'm actually wrong. In fact, quite often I'm actually wrong. So you want to have a healthy discourse in your comment. It helps to push the video to a wider audience. And if you can find a way to allow that, I would highly recommend it. I would highly recommend it. Because honestly, we need more free speech in this country, not less. We definitely need more. But also that free speech should come with a reasonable amount of discourse. We shouldn't be personally attacking people and things like that. So I watch out for that in my comment section. All right, let's get another question.
Next question is from Xander.
Hello, Xander. Good to see
How
you
do you,
back, my friend. It's been a while.
how do you get OBS to read text from a file such as a TXT?
Okay. Good question, Xander. Let's pop over here and we're going to go into our thingy here. And the logician says Monica is writing down the date and time that Michael Feyrer said he was often wrong. I'm sure she keeps a tally daily. How much was that engine you ordered? Check. It's a long story, guys. Okay, so I click the plus. I go into my GDI text tool. I can call this whatever. Let's just call it file. All right, and then all I have to do is go down. I can select my font. We only use one font here. And then I can go read from file. I can browse and select the file. So let's just go into one of my videos that's coming up here. Let's go with this one. And I can just select the text file right here. And bada bing. So there we go. So that is reading that from a text file. And we can set it up to enable anti-aliasing or whatever. Text transform, we can uppercase it, we can lowercase it. We can do all that stuff. We can set it to vertical, which is kind of cool. So you have all the same text features. It's just reading this file. It's just reading this directly from a text file. You can obviously format it as well so that you're getting more lines on the thing and all that sort of stuff. So you can read it from a text file. Obviously, something like this would be something that you would use if you want to continually update it or add to it. You can do this for stuff like, let's go over to my main screen here. Let me get rid of that so I don't forget it's there. You can use a method like this to do things like what we've got up here with last subscriber, last super chat. There are ways that you can do that through text files and that stuff. Oh man. AJ Green's topics. Your time was greatly appreciated. Thanks. AJ Green's topics. I appreciate it. We have a lot of fun here, and I'm glad you're having a good time. I did say when we started this live stream that we were going to have a buttload of fun. So, hopefully we are. Hopefully we are. Yes, Monica's correcting me like it matters. That it's still AJ's Green topics. Which, you know what? If forever you're just going to be AJ Green to me. I apologize, but that's the way it works. Some people have tried to get away from the stupid names that I've started out calling them, and Siberian Foxclaw is one of those people. His original name was Orion Kincaid, which I originally called him Onion Kincaid, and so now even though he is Siberian Foxclaw, he is still Onion to all of us that love him. So, and this has like been an ongoing thing because I'm so bad at names and reading out loud. So AJ Green topics, that is what it is, brother, and I hope you're okay with it. Thank you so much. Thank you so, yes, I never learned to read music. Let's get another one. Thank you so much, AJ Green. AJ's Green top. It's never gonna be right. I'm always gonna be wrong. Alrighty. Let's get another question, beautiful lady.
Okay, this question is from Cool on Couch.
Hello, Cool on Couch.
And they say, so
Wait, hold on a second. I gotta ask Dragon Squad something.
Okay.
Where's he getting his videos? Because I love tour videos too, man. I love to see like Slayer on tour, Megadeth on tour. If I can find tour videos, man, I'm looking for them. So let me know where you're getting them from, brother, because I want to see them. What sort of tours does he like? Anyway, go ahead, babe.
Okay. Okay, Cool on Couch says, I listen to Spotify as I game. I use NVIDIA Shadowplay to record my game clips. I used a virtual cable, so Shadowplay only records the game sounds and I hear music on my headset. It works, but sometimes the music still records. Have you come across this issue?
You're gonna have to quickly repeat that question.
I
Oh,
used
Dragon Squad, man, he loves my videos. Darn it, I thought we were gonna finally find those tour videos we've been looking for. I'm just kidding, Dragon Squad. We love you, man. I hope you don't mind me messing with you just a little bit. Oh, man. Anyway, repeat the question, because I'm stupid.
Yes, it's fine. Cool on Couch uses NVIDIA Shadowplay to record game clips and a virtual cable, so Shadowplay only records the game sounds, and I hear music on my headset. It works, but sometimes the music still records. Have you come across this issue?
Huh. I have not personally come across this issue, but I will say this. Anytime that you introduce virtual cables, life gets confusing. It does. It gets very confusing, and sometimes things are going to locations that you don't expect them to go. I don't know. I don't use Shadowplay to do my recording. I use OBS to do all my recording, and because OBS gives me the opportunity to turn on and off very specific things that I want recorded or don't want recorded. So I don't know how Shadowplay works from a recording perspective, whether it's just picking up things from a specific monitor, whether it's picking up desktop audio. I don't know how it works. So unfortunately, in this case, I'm guessing that you probably have a much better handle on what Shadowplay is picking up than I do, especially if you've somehow managed to figure out how to use the virtual cables properly. But in my experience, when you start adding in virtual cables and other applications where things get complicated, it just becomes a pain in the butt. It seems like it makes more sense to just record stuff directly in OBS, where you can actually physically do a source record. I did a video on that recently, and it will only record that source with that audio and stuff like that. So that might be a better option for you if that's what you're looking to do. Unless you're talking about picking up stuff from the video game or something like that. But even if that's what you want to do, there are ways to use Source Record to record the video game audio, and to have something playing in your head that's just monitor only that only you can hear. You can definitely do that as well. And it looks like AJ Green Topics is heading out. Thank you for stopping by, brother. I really do appreciate it. I love it. I love when people come, hang out, and get involved. Let's go ahead and get another question. Well, hopefully we'll see you next week, AJ Green. I do appreciate it. All right, let's do this.
Okay, the next question is from Tech for Your Needs.
Well, hello, Tech for Your Needs.
How
I hope
can
he's still in the house.
Yes, possibly. I hope so.
We'll see.
How to set up 2 cameras on OBS. I'm new to OBS and not sure if you have already done a video on this.
I have done a video on how to set up 2 cameras in OBS. It's relatively simple, and I'll show you how to do it real quick while we're here. But Tech Examined, can you pop the link in there for doing a video with 2 cameras? And while you're doing that, I'll show you how to add one. So I already have one camera here. I have another camera plugged in right up here. So we're going to add that. We're going to click the plus, and we're going to go into our video capture device. And we'll just call this one second camera. And we'll click OK. And I'm going to drop it down and select my second camera. There we go. Look at that. There we go. The Logician just dropped that link in there. And I don't usually add audio with these because the audio is super bad. But there we go. We've added a second camera. And you can see my messy desktop with my serial on here and my thing. So that, you know what this does? This is really cool. Huh? Look at that. I can remote control my lights and everything. Look at me. So there you go. Now you know. And this is the new hieroglyphic language that I'm working on. So if you guys can decode this, you win a free bag of Embiggen popcorn. Let's get another question. Hopefully that helps you out, Tech for Your Needs. Thank you so much. All right, babe.
Okay. All right, this question is from Deathslayer140.
Nice.
The question is, how do you make YouTube content when you're deaf?
Oh my. Okay. Huh. What was his name again? Death Slayer? Well, it's not Death Slayer, though. It's Death. Oh, it is Death Slayer, so it's not a play. It's not a play on words. Okay. No, I thought that because that's kind of cool. So how do you make YouTube content when you're deaf? Huh. Well, honestly, this is so hard for me to say because I've never been deaf, and it would be very difficult for me to know what sort of content a deaf person would want to see. But I'm assuming that if you're a deaf person creating content for the masses, you're gonna need to either have a voiceover if you can't clearly speak, which I don't know. A lot of deaf people have difficulty speaking in a way that lots of people can understand them. It might make more sense for you to do content where you have a voiceover or something like that. You're obviously going to have closed captioning. You can hire a company to do closed captioning, or you can have the closed captioning done on your own. You could type it in there. It does take forever, but you can do it. But as a person who hasn't had that disability, it's really difficult for me to be able to inform you on how to do something because I don't know what your personal struggles are. Do you have difficulty speaking? Because if you don't, then really the same things that apply to me would apply to you. If you're trying to make content for the masses and not just content that appeals to people who are hearing impaired, then you're going to want to go out there and study other content that people are watching in the niche that you want to do content in, and find the things that you like, find the things that you don't like, and create content based on stuff that's already working. A lot of people just say, well, I want to create videos on this, or I want to create videos on that. And the first thing that they should be doing is going out there and finding other content that creates videos on what they want to create videos on. Woo, thank you, Sandy. I appreciate it. Man, look at that. Oh, yeah. We've got Stream Tunes coming in hot. If you guys aren't aware of what Stream Tunes is, it's DMCA free music that you can use freely in your live streams, for your videos, or for anything else. And, you just go out there, you download whatever you want, or you just use their playlist off of Spotify, play it on your live streams. You're never going to get any content strikes. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And Sandy, you have missed the last few times. I do appreciate it. Man, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much, Sandy. Sandy is also a member of the Streamer Squad. That is a part of the program that you can get into with the join button down below. There are 2 tiers that are open right now. One is the Super Supporter tier, where you're just saying, Mike, I really love what you're doing. I'd like to be able to contribute to help you to continue to do that. The second tier is a little more money, and it gives you access to the Discord server so that if you have a question or something like that, you can speak directly to me or any of the other extremely knowledgeable people that are on the Discord server to help you out, be able to get to where you want to be. That's right, Cyprian Foxclaw, it is the squad. And thank you so very much, Sandy. I really do appreciate it. He did not leave a message. He did not. It's just thank you, I suppose. Thank you, Sandy. It definitely leaves a message. So anyway, I want to just make sure that I get to what was Death Slayer. I want to make sure that I answer Death Slayer's full question. Do some research as to the type of content that you want to do. See what's working for other people and do that. And hopefully, being able to do that, you can overcome any of the obstacles. Obviously, you're going to have extra obstacles that I can't possibly even imagine or understand. But hopefully, I can encourage you to do the things that you want to do and make it work for you. Make it work for you. If you're doing something original, fun, and creative, I think that you can overcome any sort of thing like that. And hopefully that helps you out. Hopefully it helps you out. If not, well, ask a more specific question, and I will try to give you as specific an answer as I possibly can. But I do really appreciate the question. All right, babe, what you got?
Okay, question from Harry Hagen.
Hello, Harry. Wow, my
I-
voice went all weird there. Hello, Harry.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, something wrong with me.
I saw your tutorial for nested scenes. I
All
also
right.
saw your tutorial for a basic OBS setup where you have a pre-start, your main scene, a be right back scene, etc. But you didn't use nested scenes in that tutorial. When should you use nested scenes then?
All right. A good question. This is an awesome question. All right. So I use nested scenes in a very specific way. Okay. So let's get rid of the alerts in this. And basically, what I like to do is set up things that I'm going to reuse over and over and over again. So specifically, this scene is my camera. So what I would do is I would rename this NS-camera. And this would be my nested scene. I don't know why the letters are all embiggened and in small and whatever. But anyway, this would be my nested scene. And what I would probably do is in my nested scene, I would put anything that I wanted on this thing. So let's say we wanted to have a border. We can use a border that we bought or that we created, or we can use a more simple border. We're just going to use a video border here, I think. So let's go into, let's go in and put a border on here. No, we're gonna use the usual video. It wouldn't be right if we didn't make sure that this video made it into see where's my where is it? Where is it? It's got to be here somewhere. It's not in here, is it? No. All right. Something's weird here. Because oh, there it is. All right. So we're going to use our usual video and we're going to loop it and we're going to put it in the background. And we'll just mess around with it a little bit here to get it into place to make it look more like an animated border and less like a video playing in the background. So we're going to hold the Alt key to do some cropping here. And there we go. So now we have a really cool edited background in a nested scene, right? So now I could create all the scenes like starting soon and, you know, this would be like starting soon. If I actually name it, that would help. And usually these are going to just use text elements, so they don't really matter. You know, you got your be right back scene. And then you've got your main scene, right? You got your main scene. And this is where you're going to use a nested scene. So I just go in here and put my nested scene in there. We're going to use our nested scene camera and boom. So our camera is automatically in here with the border. And we can integrate this into whatever our layout is going to be. So I don't have to recreate the camera with the border every time I use it. That's the main thing about a nested camera. So let's say we were going to do another scene, and this was going to be a tutorial scene. We'll rename it because I seem to... Or maybe, you know what, let's do something more common. We'll do the game scene. All right, so we'll have the game scene. And in our game scene, we want to have our camera in there. So we're going to put our camera in here. Super easy. It's already set up. I just add that nested scene in there. I make my camera however big I want. And then we're going to add our game. And you could do that with a game capture or whatever you want. If you want to use a border on your game scene, you can also use a nested scene to create that. So that you could just add the scene in here with the border that's already on there. Or anything like that. But that's what you use a nested camera for, or a nested scene for. You use a nested scene for any elements that you're gonna use over and over again, and that have accents to them. So if I was gonna play a video, but I wanted it to have a border, and I didn't want to have to add the camera and the video and the border all the time, I just put the video in one scene with a border, and make that scene nested, then I can just add that into as many as I want. You can do the same thing with a game scene. It also works really well with filters. So let's say that I have my camera in here and I wanted to add any kind of filters to the camera. So let's see here. Let's do, I don't know, we'll do a color correction, and hopefully this doesn't crash my system. We can make it darker. You know, we can add some saturation so that I can look like, you know, I got a little bit of an orange tint. Maybe I got a little too much sun today. Or you can kind of go with the grayscale thing, however you want. In other words, you have the opportunity to change your camera up and make it look the way you want. Well, you don't have to do that on every scene now. I can just go into my main scene where that camera already is, and look, it's already there. It has the exact same filters and everything already added only one time. So hopefully that gives you a little more insight into the reason why you would use nested scenes. Nested scenes are for things you're going to use over and over again. They're especially effective with something like a soundboard or something like that, although there's a really cool soundboard solution that you guys are going to see a video on really soon. I'm super excited about it. Let's go get another question. Hopefully that answers your question.
Okay.
All right.
Our next question is from J Money, 1143.
What's up, Jay Money? How are we doing on the thumbs up here? I want to check.
Okay.
I want to check to make sure everyone is adequately using their thumbs. Look at that. We have 91 thumbs up. Holy macro, that is epic. You guys are doing awesome. You know what this means. We're going to do it again.
Popcorn?
Yes, we are. We're going to embiggen your popcorn even more. We're filling your room with embiggen popcorn virtually so that you can enjoy the stream. All right. What do we got, babe?
Nice. Okay. We have J Money's question. Does the stream version of OBS work the same as the original one?
I'm not aware that there's two different versions. But yeah, they should work similarly if there is an old version and a new version. They do the same thing. They are for broadcasting live streams. So there you go. Hopefully, I don't know if the original version, maybe there's something still out there from an original version of OBS. But if there is, you should definitely be using the new version. It's much better, has lots more features, uses all kinds of great plugins, and it probably runs just about the same. So hopefully that helps you.
Yeah,
What
this
you got,
is
babe?
Steam version. I read stream version, but it says Steam version. I don't know if that helps at all.
Oh, I'm guessing that the Steam... I don't know anything about the Steam version of OBS. So
Okay.
chances are you'd probably be better off running regular OBS. But if you're running directly from Steam, I guess that's what that's probably for. But you're going to be able to do a lot more if you run your games. Because I run Steam games, but I run them through OBS. Or I show them on OBS using the game stream or the window capture. So there you go. Yeah, Steam is a gaming platform. I'm aware, brother. Just because I love Slayer doesn't mean I'm totally out of touch, man. we stream on my channel, The Worst Gamers on Earth, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Right now we're playing Lost Ark, and we do stream using OBS, and we play badly. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You guys should come and hang out and check us out.
A steam from an iron, right? That's what he's talking about?
I don't know. Oh, there's a Steam version. Okay. I don't know. I'd have to check it out.
It's a
I'd have to
game
check it
platform.
out. Yep.
Okay.
All right, babe. What you got?
Okay. Next one is from Connor Malone.
Well, hello, Connor.
Wanting to know, where can I get cool overlays, free or not?
All right. So let me go over here into my main screen. All right. So free overlays are going to be cool, and you can create them yourself. I do a lot of videos on doing overlays. In fact, the most recent one was stealing my overlay, which is this one that I use right here with all the animations and everything else. You can check that out. Somebody will put a link in there. The Logician just posted a link to my gaming channel. If you want to check it out and verify that I am truly the worst gamer on earth. But we have fun, and that's what it's supposed to be all about. So if you guys want to point and laugh, at least I can't see it. And I'm sure some people do. Watch with Wayne. Hello, hello. It's awesome to see you. Love you all. You guys rock. Thank you, Jay Money. I appreciate that. Hopefully, I answered your question sufficiently. Chances are, whatever Steam version of OBS is, it's probably a really stripped down version of OBS. So you're probably better off going with the full version. And the Logician just posted the link to the Steal My Overlay. We also have some sponsors for the channel. One of them is Owned. Owned is an awesome way to get overlays for days, man. Overlays for days. And let me show you what I mean. We'll go over here to my main tutorial screen. I will bring up this. I do a live stream on Twitch for which I use overlays that I get from other vendors, shall we say. So in this overlay right here, this overlay has alerts in it. They're from Owned. And then it has all of the labels and stuff in it. And it also has a video in it. This video I created in Placeit. So I use Envato Placeit in conjunction with Owned to create almost all of my live streaming assets and video assets. So if you just want static overlays, Placeit is an amazing place to go and create your static overlays and any kind of videos that you want, any kind of logos that you want, anything like that. And then if you want just amazing overlays, you really can't go wrong with you really can't go wrong with Owned. It's really, really awesome. There are links, by the way, in the description down below. But we have my branding bumper. This was created on Placeit. So I use Placeit for all the branding stuff. This countdown timer right here was created on Placeit. As you can see, all the stingers are from Owned. They come over with the pack. So let's say I wanted a new pack because I was bored with this medieval looking pack that I use. And here's what my chat looks like right here. As you can see, Monica's in there now, but usually it would be game and all that stuff. And then we have an ending screen as well. But if I wanted to download a new pack, I can just go into Tools. I can go to my own 3D Pro, and I can log in here. And once I'm logged in, I can literally go down here, select any one of these packs, and click download, and boom, that pack is in there. And I can modify it up, change colors, do all kinds of cool things, add my own text. I can select what alerts I want to use and all that kind of stuff. It's really that easy to use Owned, and it downloads it and installs it right into your OBS and allows you the opportunity to modify it up. So when you first get it, you're going to get a live scene that kind of looks like this. It has all the assets in here and that sort of stuff. And what you can do is you can mix and match these in all kinds of different settings. So you can see how I used it in here. We've got our chat here. We've got this going on here. I can use it. I use it in the group chat, and then I use it on my main screen right here. So we have the game usually playing in the black area behind us, and then I can set my camera up and all my guests' cameras go right in here. As you can see, usually I have guests in here, and when I do, I can add their frames in there. And so there you go. That's I use Owned and I use Placeit, and those are the two paid services that I use frequently. As far as getting your overlays animated and otherwise for free, really you're kind of in a situation where the best thing to do is learn how to create them yourself, because you're not going to really find free overlays that are going to work for you. It's really difficult. It is really difficult. Hopefully that answers your question, gives you a little bit more insight and information on Owned and Placeit, both of which I use all the time, and I absolutely love them. So there you go. Let's get another question. Hey, babe, what you got?
Okay. I have a question from Dr. Rob Allen.
Oh, hello, Dr. Rob Allen.
How long will you keep this live stream up after you are done?
Ah, good question. Good question. All right. So generally speaking, the live streams that I'm doing these days are not staying up very long. And for those of you who are interested in why that might be, let me see if I can parse it out for you. So the YouTube analytics work on how much interaction and how much people are responding to your content, how many comments you're getting. Well, needless to say, there's nobody searching for a 3-hour live stream once it's finished streaming, other than people who maybe asked a question and weren't able to stick around. Generally speaking, the live streams after they've been broadcast get taken down off my channel really, really quickly. But if you would like the opportunity to see the live stream in its entirety, I do post them up on another channel. It's my Michael Feyrer Jr. live channel. And Michael just dropped the link in there. Tech Examine just dropped the link down there if you want to check that out. So generally speaking, this live stream will probably not be up for more than 4 or 5 hours after I'm finished streaming. But within a day or so, they all go up over on Michael Feyrer Jr.'s live channel. Thank you to Michael from Tech Examined, who is making all that stuff happen. He's doing an awesome job of making sure that he downloads those and edits them up a little bit and puts them up there. And you know what? There's also some funny moments of different content. If we do a particularly interesting walkthrough on something, those videos go up there as well. So definitely check out the live channel if you have not. I'm probably also going to start to put up goofy, silly moments of stuff that happens on the Twitch channel for those of you who haven't checked that out. There's definitely no risk that my live channel is going to magically get monetized anytime soon, but if you haven't checked it out and you do maybe want to have a place where you can go and watch the live stream later if you had a question or something, check it out. Go give it a like and a subscribe. It would definitely be appreciated. Let's go get another question. All right, babe.
New question from Zage Zealot.
Well, hello, Zage Zealot.
Saying, hello, I just want to blur out my background. I don't have a green screen. What options do you have for someone like myself? I use OBS and I have a C920 Logitech camera.
All right. So that's part of the good information that I need. There are a couple of ways that you can blur out your background. Needless to say, I blur out my background using a lens effect that's on my camera. It's a lens effect that you don't have access to because you're using a webcam. But I have 3 different videos out there on using a green screen without actually having a green screen, and they all work differently. The first one works as a plug-in that you put into OBS, but it does use a lot of computer clock cycles. So if you have a weak computer, it's going to cause you problems. The second version is I use face cam or snap camera in order to run one of their filters with a green screen behind it, and then I filter that out. And that's another way to do it without a green screen. The third way is if you have an NVIDIA graphics card that is relatively new, the 1650s will work, and anything in the 20 series or 30 series will work. I have a green screen video that's specifically for you because you can use a tool in Stream Effects that allows you to remove your background and put in whatever you want. So you can have it blurred, or you can have it, you can just put a picture back there of a snuggle bus or whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You can put whatever you want in your background. So those are the 3 methods that I have out there. The Logician posted probably, I'm guessing that's the newest video, but there are 3 different ones. So hopefully the Logician and Tech Examine and some of those guys can actually put the links to all 3 of the no green screen videos in there so that you can check each one out or find out which one of those videos will have a method in there that works for you. It's so funny because everybody says, well, why do you keep doing videos on removing your background without a green screen? Well, it's because each one of those videos is going to be helpful or useful to a person in a completely different circumstance. If you have a great machine but you don't have an NVIDIA graphics card, the first one is going to work. If you have a somewhat poorer machine and you don't have an NVIDIA graphics card, the second video is going to work for you. If you have an NVIDIA graphics card, then the third video is the obvious choice. It is by far the best way to do it. So, whenever I do videos that are on the same topic or subject matter, I'm not generally just repeating myself. There actually is a reason why I do multiple videos on the same thing, and it's because each of those videos is meant to help a person in a certain type of circumstance. So there you go. There you go. Plus, it's amazing how many people just find your channel who never saw some of these videos. So hence the question. I'm surprised that the person who asked the question didn't actually see one of these videos before, because they're actually by far my most popular videos on the channel. In fact, my first green screen without a green screen video has 1 million views. That's just amazing to me. But yeah, those are the ways that you could do it and be able to take a picture of your background and then just blur it up. Use a Gaussian blur or whatever and blur it up, and there you go. You can even put it in Photoshop or Pixlr or something like that and blur it up and then just use it as your background with the green screen. Let's get another question. Hopefully that answered your question.
Okay.
All right, babe. What you got?
Okay, we have a question here from Maria Espino.
Well, hello, Maria.
And she says, I want to know if we can separate the audio outputs from a Microsoft Teams meeting through OBS and then record those outputs. The end result should be individual audio tracks captured from OBS Teams.
Yes. Unfortunately, the audio that's coming out from Teams is something that you could capture with like Win Audio, or you could capture it just through desktop audio, but there is no way to separate out each individual speaker into a different channel. It's all, it's a group microphone. You get what you get. The only type of software that I know of that you may be able to do something like that would be Video Ninja. You could separate out your guests. The way that I would personally do it if I wanted to record multiple guests would be I would set up a StreamYard and a Melon and a Restream studio, and I would just record all the voices separately with those 3 people connecting to those 3 different pieces of software. That would be the easiest way that I know of that you could record multiple voices separately. And obviously the limitation there is your machine's ability to actually add those 3 people. And it also makes for an interesting conversation because those 3 people can't necessarily hear or talk to one another when they're all connecting through completely different applications. Now, there is a feature of another program that I worked with in the past, and that one is called Riverside IO. There might be links in the description. I'm not sure if there are or not. There probably are. But I believe one of the guys can drop a link to the Riverside IO video that I did. And Riverside IO will not necessarily allow you to record separately in OBS, but it will allow you to record separately on Riverside IO and then download those separate pieces of audio. And that, my friend, is the really easy way to do it. And Riverside IO is a really awesome program as well. So, Blue-Eyed Skadee is here. Oh, goodness. Billy, your phone is ringing. Blue-Eyed Skadee, I'm not sure that Blue-Eyed Skadee is Billy on the question form. I think that's who Michael is looking for. So if there's somebody who asked a question under the name Billy, please chime in and let Michael know. He's trying to clarify your question so we can make sure it gets answered. Let's get another question.
Okay. The next question comes from Justin Silvers.
Oh, there we go. Dimebag Darren says StreamYard Pro will record individual tracks of participant audio. That's cool, Dimebag. I'm guessing that Restream and Melon will all have a similar feature as well. I just haven't really used them too much lately. But that would allow you to record the individual voice audio separately through them and then download that. So that would work as well. And guess what? And then your machine is not having to do all the recording while you're streaming, which means that you can just download it later and have it all without having it muck up your machine while you're actually doing it. So there you go. Gia, we will answer your question in the order that we received it. So I can't answer the when that is until we get to it.
Hmm.
But hang in there, brother. I'm telling you, we're going to get to it. All right, babe, what you got?
The question, Justin Silver's question. His question is, why do I keep losing my video capture device? So you may need additional clarification on that.
I may. Some of the reasons why you can lose your video capture device are that your machine is struggling to keep up. Possibly you have multiple devices coming in on the exact same USB. So let's say I have my headphones on there, and I have my mouse on there, and I have my keyboard on there, and then I also have my microphone on there. Oh, and then I have my camera on there, and they're all coming in on the same USB drive. Well, USB devices or USB buses only have so much bandwidth. So it's trying to run my headphones and my microphone and my camera. So theoretically, that could be a reason why occasionally it's dropping your camera, because it simply doesn't have the bandwidth in order to capture all of those devices on the same USB bus. One solution to that is to move the camera to a completely separate USB bus that nothing else is using. This is more likely on a PC than it is on a laptop or something like that. Usually a laptop still does have two USB buses though, one on one side and one on the other. So make sure that you just separate your stuff to have a better chance that this isn't going to happen. But that would be my guess as to why something like that would happen. The other thing that could be happening is some other device could be picking up your camera. So maybe Snap Camera's picking up your camera. Maybe it could be, I don't know, it could be a number of things. Discord will grab your camera. Teams will grab your camera. Skype will grab your camera. If another device is using your camera, then OBS can't use it. You can't have two devices using the exact same camera. So that would be the second thing that I would check. Swap around your USB devices and check that there's nothing else running on your computer that has the opportunity to grab your camera before OBS does. And there you go. Billy, don't lose that number. Yes. Put it in a letter to yourself.
To yourself. Yep. Ricky,
And there's
don't lose
yes,
my-
there's a lot of people in the audience going, "What the hell
Huh?
is he talking about?"
Don't
Lot-
lose it. No.
lot of people in the audience going, "I have no idea what this guy's talking about."
Good
He
times.
just-
Good times.
Yes. It's Ricky. I know, Dimebag. But thank you. All right. What's the
go
next
with it.
question? Yeah, we're going with it. I love your streaming. Thank you. Thank you, Bert. I appreciate it. It's for all the old people, I think. the 1970s references.
Or the classy people.
Yeah, maybe. We're not old. We're vintage.
That's right. That's right. Well preserved.
All right. That's a good one.
Oh, Billy.
Gia wants to ask a question here. Okay, well, that's cool. Put it into form, my friend. Go ahead, honey. What's
It's
the next
coming
one?
up, Jaya. Relax.
Okay. Okay.
You can't relax, man. He's got a butt full of excitement.
Which is what
If
you
you
did
relax,
promise today.
if you
so-
relax, it
Even
might
big
expel
in his
itself
butt.
and make a giant stink. I want to be a regular here. Jaya, the only thing that you have to do to be a regular here is show up every week, my friend. It is so easy and it's totally free. So thank you. All right, babe, what you got?
Yes, I have a question from Billy. Has Billy even shown up or not? I don't know.
Billy.
But Billy's question
I tried.
Billy, don't lose my number.
how can Billy wants to know how to connect YouTube to StreamYard software.
All right. Well, I can't show you specifically on StreamYard, but what I can do is show you how it works on any other software. Well, you know, when you go to StreamYard, it's going to have a thing where it asks you to sign in. And you just sign in by selecting whether you want it to be YouTube or Twitch or Instagram or Twitter or whatever. And then when you click that, it's going to ask you for your email address for your YouTube account. So you put in the email address, and then it's going to ask you for your password, and you put in your password, and then it's going to come up to a screen that YouTube is asking you to authorize StreamYard's use. You click yes, and then you probably have to click yes one more time to authorize StreamYard to do YouTube. And then once you do that, it will take you into StreamYard and you will be connected to your YouTube account. And that's really all there is to it. It is very, very simple. Unfortunately, I can't actually walk you through it because I'm already connected on all my devices. But I've done videos on how to do it. In fact, I'm relatively certain that I have a video that one of the guys can drop that shows you specifically how to connect your StreamYard account to YouTube. If Tech Examined or Dr. Rob or the Logician can drop that video in there on, I believe it's just called The Basics of StreamYard or something like that. It will help this individual walk their way through connecting it. So hello, Alejandro Garcia. Nice to see you, my friend. Let's go and get another question. All right, babe, there we go. Gia's very happy now, so that's good.
Good. That's very good. Okay, the next question is from Blue Eyed Skidee.
Well, hello, Blue-Eyed Skidee. We missed you this week on the live stream. So hopefully everything is good and we'll get you next week.
Wants to know how to set up a second monitor for live stream to play games on one monitor and OBS on the other.
Okay, well, the long and short of it is it depends on your hardware or equipment. Generally speaking, any PC is going to have, or a lot of laptops for that matter, are going to have an HDMI output either on the side or on the back, and you just plug an HDMI cable in there and plug it into a second monitor and you have a second monitor. I do have a video coming out very soon. Oh, sorry, you get the corner of my head. That's going to show you how to use one of these devices, an Apple iPad, as a second monitor for your laptop or your computer or whatever you want to do, so that you can move your screen for your game or just your OBS onto the iPad monitor, and you can play the game on your laptop while you're watching your iPad monitor for the OBS stuff. So if you don't happen to have a second monitor, I will have a video showing you how to use an iPad. It also works on an Android pad and all that sort of stuff. I will have a video showing you how to do that coming out within the next couple of weeks. It's awesome. But as far as just setting up a regular monitor, generally speaking, most computers have an HDMI output that you can just go directly into a monitor. That's including laptops. My Mac has one. Even Monica's really old PC had a display port out. So sometimes you just have to see what port is the output. But most laptops have them. Most computers have them, so that you can set up a second monitor. And it's pretty simple. Almost every device that you can buy now has some sort of output to use a second monitor, at the very least. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you out, and hopefully, Blue-Eyed Skidee, we will be able to see you on the next live stream. And you're running a 3060. I believe the 3060 has 4 different outputs on the back of it, 2 HDMI and 2 display ports. So you can run directly from the HDMI, or you can run directly from the DisplayPort. And if you're interested in knowing how you set that up, let me show you. Let's go over here to our tutorial screen so that you can kind of see how this works. Let's see here. We'll go into here, and we'll go into our devices. No, not devices. We'll go into personalization. Background screen. No, that's not it either. System. Where is it? Where? Oh, here it is. So right in system, it has your displays. And you can see here I have 3 different displays set up on my computer. You can move these around in any way you want. But basically, this shows you how they connect. So if I move my mouse over here, I'm on screen 2. If I move my mouse up this way, then I'm on screen 3. So that's how this generally works. And you can move them around any way you want. So if I wanted monitor 1 over here, I could put it there. And then, I can move them around. But that's how it's going to work when you set up your monitors. or add multiple monitors, just in case you were wondering. And there you go. There you go. Hopefully that helps you out. Let's get another question. How are we doing on the question front, by the way?
We have like 8 left.
Oh, good. We're whipping through them. Awesome.
Yeah, we are.
Let's do this.
Doing good. Doing really good. Okay, the next question is from GTG Gaming.
Hello, GTG Gaming, or Gotta Go Gaming, maybe.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. But, okay, whenever I try to record a game with OBS, the audio works just fine, but the video only records like 2 frames from 3 or more minutes of content, and sometimes it only records a part of the window. It has worked perfect for me before, but randomly started acting up. Can you help?
So I wonder, let's go over to the main screen here. So I wonder if this isn't a byproduct of something that you installed into OBS as a plugin, or potentially a newer version of OBS. The first thing that I would probably do in this case would be to go and check to make sure that you're using the proper profile. What I mean by that is, and let's go over to my tutorial screen. What I mean by that is I have a profile set up specifically for recording in OBS, and then I have one specifically set up for live streaming. The settings on those are different, but they don't necessarily have to be, because obviously recording and stuff is totally separate in here. You know, streaming is one setting and recording is a completely different setting. So I would check to make sure that nothing has changed here. I would check to make sure that your recording format hasn't changed. Then the next thing that I would do is I would go ahead and record something while you're playing, and I would keep this stats window up and see what's going on up here. See if something's bottlenecking, see what the heck is going on. See if there's an actual problem with the rendering or the frame times. If there is not anything showing up in here and yet you're going into the recordings and they just aren't good, then I would probably roll back my OBS version to something older, because maybe there's some kind of bug in your OBS. The other thing that you might want to do, and one of the things that I heard people having some problems with, if I go over here into output, you can see that I'm using the NVIDIA NVIC H264 new. But there is an old one that you can get that, from what I understand, especially from a recording perspective, I would go in and select the old NVIDIA encoder, just because, from what I understand, it doesn't tend to have the same problems that the new one is having. And if you can't get that setting, then maybe go back to an older version of OBS to get the setting, because that could be what's causing your problem. Let me know if this fixes it. I'm really interested to hear, because this seems like something newer that's popping up to a lot of people. But the first thing you kind of got to do is you got to check in your stats window to see whether it's actually getting weird stuff happening right here while you're doing the recording. Because if that's the case, then your machine just isn't able to handle it. So there you go. Sandy is here. Of course Sandy's here. Let's go get another question.
Okay. Excuse me. Next question comes from Clowning Worldwide.
Hello, Clowning Worldwide. We're not keeping it local, man. We're gonna clown everywhere.
Clowning
I love
around.
that. Yeah, there's, you know what? If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
That's right.
It's my motto. All right, let's do it.
And they would like to know, is there a way to use the Snap Filter plugin through Polypop while streaming through OBS Studios at the same time?
Well, sure there is. Let's go over here to the tutorial screen, and I'm going to go into my Polypop right here. For those of you who aren't familiar with Polypop, it's like a live streaming tool that you can use for OBS, but you know, or you can stream right from here. But we're just going to go over into our library, and we'll click the plus, and we're going to go to our webcam, and you can see that you can select your devices right here. If you want to use Snap Camera, you just select Snap Camera, and you know, there you go. So I can add this physically onto a 3D object. Let's add this onto a hexagon. Boom. And it's going to ask me what I want to add. We're going to add the webcam. So now we have a hexagon here. Oh my. Well, thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. And Sandy says, how is Monica today? Well, I will have to get to that in a moment, but thank you so much, Sandy. I appreciate it. Now we get to dance. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I'm having too much fun. Thank you, Sandy. I really do appreciate it. Let's go and finish out setting up this Polypop scene. All right, so here we are back in Polypop. And what I'm going to do is we've got ourselves loaded onto this octagon. I'm going to go and scale this up a little bit. And what I want to do is, you know what, I want to modify this. Because, you know what, like I said before, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So we're going to click, we're going to add a mod, we're going to add some spin action. You know what I mean? Let's close up the transition. And I want my spin action to work in a specific way. So we're going to go do that, and boom. There we go. Look at that. I don't want a white thingy on my spin action, no. We want it yellow. Let's do yellow. There we go. Is that going to look cool? Yes. Yes, that's what we want, okay? All right, so I want this to spin at random. So I'm going to add a repeating alert in here. And I want it to repeat in 6 seconds, and we want to add some randomness in there. And I'm going to add this to my spin action. And there we go. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on my virtual camera from Polypop. Then I'm going to go over here into my OBS, right? And then I'm going to click the plus, and I'm going to add a video capture device, and we'll just call this one Poly. And we'll click OK, and we're going to go into the Polypop camera. Oh my gosh, look at how epic that looks. But we're not done there. We want to customize it because we want to be able to use this in a different way. We're going to set our resolution. And then we're going to go down here to video format, and we're going to make this BRGA. Boom. And we're going to click, we can add a microphone and all that stuff in here if we want, but we don't need to do that. And there we go. So now we got our Polypop in here. We can move this around, but we don't have to. We can just go over into Polypop, and we can grab it and move it right there like that. And then when we come over here into OBS, it moved already. It moved for us. So there we go. We can do this with text elements, camera elements, whatever we want. And it's awesome. If you guys haven't checked out Polypop, or you want to know more about how to use it, you can actually create alerts and all kinds of cool stuff in Polypop. There is a link in the description to Polypop if you want to just download it and check it out for yourself. Or you can check out one of my awesome videos on it. I have a bunch of new videos coming up on it as well. Tech Examined or The Logician will pop in a video link to that video, or to the couple of videos that I've already done on Polypop, so you could check it out. And we'll just remove that. And there we go. Now Polypop is gone. Oh, but you know what? The one thing that you wanted to know was if you could use Snap Camera with it. And I didn't even show that. So I'm going to do it again. We're going to do Poly. And we're going to use the Polypop camera. And we're going to play this game again with default. We're going to go to custom. We're going to do our resolution. And we're going to go, we're going to do video format, boom, and boom. And then all I have to do is select one of my faces. And there we go, man. We're doing it. We're totally doing it. And this is, of course, directly in Polypop because I loaded the Snap Camera in here. If you don't remember how we did that, we go into webcam, we can see device, Snap Camera right there. Right there. So we can do it. Anything is possible with these spiky cleats. All right. Yeah. For those of you who remember that one, let's get another question. I know Smitty Werber Jaegerman Jensen gets that one, but maybe not everybody does.
He's number one, you know.
That's what I heard.
He is number one.
That's what I heard, man. He's totally number one, dude.
Number one.
Yeah.
Okay. So guest DJ is next.
Well, hello, guest DJ.
I have a question about OBS Studio. That's something Streamlabs does. Can you use a PayPal widget just on OBS? Streamlabs only uses Twitch and YouTube.
PayPal widget. I'm assuming that they're referring to, well, let me show you. Let's go over here to our tutorial screen, and we'll go back into OBS. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I might still have my browser source in here. We'll see. And 1920 by 1080. And I'm assuming that this is what you're referring to right here. This is a widget that you can put in here that will operate when someone donates through PayPal or whatever. It will run a thing. Let me see here. We're going to go to overlays. We're going to go in here, and we will move this over here. We'll put our OBS right here, and if I emulate, you will see that it does it right there. We can do it with donations or whatever. So this is going to work exactly the same way for OBS and for Twitch and for Facebook or whatever, and it runs off of PayPal. And Streamlabs does it as well. Streamlabs doesn't differentiate between YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So I'm not sure where you got the idea that you couldn't use these widgets in YouTube, but they all work in YouTube just the same as they work in Twitch or anywhere else. So you just add them the exact same way. And there you go. Hopefully that helps you out. I hope. I use Stream Elements personally, but they do all work just the same way in Streamlabs. So let's get another question. All right, babe.
Okay. This question is from Daniel Monsalve.
Hello, Daniel.
I wanted to ask if you know what you mean by one of the OBS updates. Fixed a bug where sources could appear in the mixer while using studio mode, even when those sources were not active.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's an update for sure.
Okay.
So let's see. Let's go over to our tutorial here. And by the way, I see we have not had Dad Wars in the house for very often, for a while, but it's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. I am so glad to see you come and pop in and hang out. We're going to go in here, and the question was let's see, OBS. Yeah. OBS Studio. We're going to go in here, and all right, we can do that. And then so if we go into Windows or Mac, but you can go to download right here, and it gives you different ways to download it, or you can go right here, previous releases. So it obviously has the this one, but you have then the other releases down here, so that you can go back to a previous version of OBS. This is 27.4 right here, but now you can go to 27.2.3, or if you keep scrolling down, you can go all the way back to whatever version of OBS you want to go to. Oh, man.
Dr. Rob Allen, thank you so much. Let's see if Dr. Rob left us a message. Maybe. Yeah. loving it. Thank you, Dr. Rob. I'm having a lot of fun. But I hope that everyone else is having that promised amount. A butt full of fun or something. What was it? A butt load. Sorry. We're only providing a butt load of fun tonight. Yeah. It appears that I cut myself shaving a little bit. It's gonna be alright. I'll survive. I wonder if that dragon's around here. Nope. Nope. Seems like we solved the dragon problem. Oh, there he is. Oh no. Oh no. Here he comes. You gotta run and get out of here. He's screeching. It's scary. Oh my gosh. Are we gonna escape the dragon? Just so you know, the WD-40 didn't fix that either. Alright, let's get back to the questions. I wonder if I asked that. Like, you know what? I don't remember if I answered that last question or what. I don't know. We'll go ask Monica. Thank you, Dr. Rob. You're the best.
The question
Yeah.
was where it was fixed a bug where source could appear in the
Oh,
next.
yeah, so how to roll it back. Okay. And yes, that damn chair, Blue-Eyed Skadee, I apologize. Let's go and make sure we got it. So you could go in here and you can go to older versions and download them so that you can get the releases for older ones. So I would check and see if you updated something or whatever, and or if, you did some of these hot fix changes or whatever. They may have fixed a bug, but they might have also created another bug. Or you could have put a plugin into OBS or something like that that could have possibly messed something else up. So those would be the things that I would check. Voice changer. That's right, Blue-Eyed Skadee. Voice changer is epic. All right. What you got, babe? Do we have more questions?
Yes.
Yes,
have
we
a few
do.
more questions. We do. This one is from Bert Prime.
Hello, Bert Prime.
I've got a problem using graphic card cable and HDMI cable. When I'm plugging in both in my graphic card, my HDMI cable doesn't work. What is the problem?
Well, all right. So, video, I'm not sure what you mean. So older graphics cards like my 970 have a VGA output and they have HDMI outputs and they have all that sort of stuff. So the thing is generally speaking, when you're booting up, only one of them is going to work. And sometimes the other monitor that doesn't seem like it's getting any signal will just turn itself off. But once the machine is booted up and you move your mouse around and you log in and you turn on that other monitor, it will pick up from the HDMI signal or whatever. So that's the first thing that I would check. And then I would do a Google search on the type of graphics card that you're using. Because if you are using a graphics card, but you have your one of your video plugged into like like the onboard graphics card output, well, if you're using a graphics card, the onboard graphics output is disabled. So you'll never get any signal from that. You have to plug all of the cables that are going to go to monitors into your actual graphics card in order to get any video. So those are the two things that I would check. Make sure that it's not happening just on boot up, but it's happening all the time. And make sure that you're not plugged into your graphics card that's on board when you have a graphics card. Because if you use the onboard one while you're using like an NVIDIA card or something like that, the onboard one is disabled. It will not work. So there you go. There you go. Hopefully that helps you out. Let's get another question.
Okay. We are up to Gia Plays.
Well, Gia Plays. There we go. You're all ready.
Now, this is
I hope it's a good question. We waited a long time for this one.
there's a lot going on here, so I'm going to read it, and if you need to stop and answer questions, we will just go from there. Okay, she says she's a new YouTuber. I think, well, he or she, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I'm a new YouTuber, and
Okay.
he or she wants to know about streaming tools like we can use for Facecam. Um, Also confused about green screen because
Okay, well,
she's
hold on. Let's answer the face cam
okay.
question real quick.
Okay.
All right, so I use a program called Snap Camera, and I'm gonna have. It's a girl. Okay, cool. Gia, we use we on this channel use a program called Snap Camera, and Tech Examine will drop the link in the chat so that you can check out a video on the Snap Camera. I've done a couple of them. So basically, we can use this to add faces. It's very simple. You can set it up to use hotkeys and all that stuff. So let's go on to the next part of your question.
Okay. She's asking about a green screen because she's saying some people are
Hold on.
saying she should.
You're not up. There we go. All right, go ahead.
She's saying she's confused about a green screen because some people are saying she should paint her wall and some says she should use a screen, but she doesn't know how to do these things.
Okay. Well, let's see here. So let's go over to the tutorial, and once again, I'm going to add Monica to the scene. So let's create another scene here. All right, so here's how we do the green screen. If you just wanted to get a screen, and it doesn't matter whether you paint it, and it doesn't matter whether you buy a green screen. I have some videos on this as well that somebody can post in there. In fact, I have videos on how to do it without a green screen. But either way, in this case, we are using a green screen. In fact, just for fun, let me show you how. Let me do it this way. Let's go over here to my main camera. We're going to remove the Polypop camera, and we're going to remove the alerts so we don't mess anybody up. All right? All right. Give me a second here. Okay, so now we have a green screen. All you have to do is right click on our video capture device. We go into filters and we go into our chroma key, and boom. As you can see, now we have a green screen. Now, step 1 of that process, turn on the lights for your green screen. Step 2 of that process, pull up the green screen. Step 3 of that process was chroma keying out the green screen. And you can see this looks a lot better than any of the green screen without a green screen videos is ever going to look. Fastest green screen draw in the West. You got it, Logician. But there are elements to having a green screen that you have to understand, and proper lighting is a big one. So if you don't have proper lighting, in other words, worry about lighting yourself first, then green screen is not for you. And because you're a new YouTuber, I would personally recommend that you worry about making a background that's interesting and lighting yourself properly first. And then later, when you learn more about how cameras work and all that stuff, if you want to add a green screen, then I think that's perfectly fine. But those are the first things you need to learn, is how to light yourself properly if you're going to do this sort of thing. Worry about the green screen later. Let's go over and continue on with the question. And I'm going to lower my green screen. And I'm going to turn off my lights. And there we go. There we go. Easy, baby. All right, what you got?
Okay, next. She says, I have 10,000 subscribers almost, but I'm still doing simple streaming and want to do face cam as soon as possible. So you cover the face cam thing, right?
Yeah, well, it depends what sort of face cam they're talking about. Okay. If they're talking about face cams like putting a camera on there, you should always stream with a face cam. People can't connect with you unless they can see you and talk to you, and you can talk directly to the camera. So you gotta have a face cam.
Okay.
Yeah, the Elgato screen cam is the thing. It is nice, Dad Wars. It's not what this one is, but it is very cool to have a portable green screen you can just put up and down anytime. It's very, very cool. So you should definitely have a camera that shows your face. As far as using Snap Camera and stuff like that, it's easy. I know that these guys just put links to those videos if you want to check it out, so definitely use that. It's super easy to set up. It adds a lot of fun to your streams. And yeah, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And if you're interested in how to use the voice, the guys can drop the voice mod link down for the video that I did on how to change your voice as well. Hopefully Tech Examined or one of those guys can pop that in there for you. All right, let's do it.
Okay. And she also says, I want to know about the face cam, which is better, which one I can buy, and the settings of it too. Plus, I want to make stickers also, and my overlay is pretty thick. I need the new one for it. She says, I need size guidance. Please visit my channel and check my live stream. So,
well, size for your live stream should probably be 1920 by 1080. I don't know what the sticker thing is. What was the other piece there? You definitely should have a face cam of some sort, and I don't mean Snap Camera. I just mean you should have a webcam. Probably a good place to start is on the Logitech website. Just pick up the one that's in your price range. There are all kinds of different price ranges. The reason why I recommend Logitech is because they just work. They work, they're reliable, and they give you a pretty good quality picture with lots of options to how you want to set them up. If you just go out there and get a really cheap generic webcam, which I have a couple of, you don't get a lot of options to set them up. You just kind of get what you get. The picture quality is whatever it is. And there you go. GeoPlay says emoji stickers for members. I have a couple of videos up there, or at least one video up there on how to do emoji stickers and that sort of stuff for members. If Tech Examine maybe could drop that link in there, I'd appreciate that. There are too many in the market. Well, I actually show you how to create your own, but there are a lot of them on the market, so yeah, you could also buy some. All right, babe, what do we got?
okay. All right, so next, let's see, next is, this one is from somebody called Good Question.
Oh, nice.
So it says, I want to know if tags for YouTube have to be short words, or can it be short phrases, like nature being destroyed instead of nature invasion, for an example, as in 3 words instead of just 2 or 1 word.
Okay. This is a great question, actually. And the logician says webcams equal noisy, and that can definitely be the case depending upon how your webcam handles the light. You can eliminate a lot of the noisy webcam problems by having proper lighting. So there you go. Refresh my memory. What was this one? Okay. All right. So tags are most effective when they're used to define, or better define, exactly what the video is about. And especially when stuff is frequently misspelled. So if there's a word or a phrase of the video that's frequently misspelled, like face cam, sometimes it's 2 words, sometimes it's 1 word, putting tags in there with it, face cam, 1 word, face cam, 2 words, that kind of stuff could make a big difference. It helps YouTube to figure out exactly what the video is about. Soundboard, sometimes 1 word, sometimes 2 words. Anything that's commonly misspelled, you should definitely misspell it in your tags to define it out so that YouTube understands that, oh, by the way, I'm also talking about this one, but people misspell it frequently. That's another thing that you can do. Having long keyword phrases in your tags is perfectly fine. So if a long keyword phrase represents what your video is about, do not hesitate to put it in there. That's perfectly fine. But generally speaking, tags are used best when they are to define exactly specifics of the video, especially stuff that's commonly misspelled or spelled in multiple different ways, like wheel or menu or things like that that are commonly misspelled or spelled in multiple different ways. That's the most effective way to use tags, because rumor has it that's pretty much about all YouTube is really using tags for these days anyways. So the most important thing in your video is a catchy title and a catchy thumbnail. If you nail a thumbnail and a title, heck, sometimes the video doesn't even need to be that good. Don't get me wrong, you should make the best video content that you can. But if you nail that title and you nail that thumbnail, you're going to find success on YouTube. And believe me, it's like the hardest part, because it's kind of like one of those things that you do last minute, like, oh crap, I need to do a thumbnail. Oh man, what am I going to call this video? And it really honestly should be the first thing that you do. It should be the first thing that you do. Gia Plays, I do have a Discord. You can get access to it by clicking the join button and becoming one of our Streamer Squad members. Let's go and get another question. All right, babe.
This next question is from, and I apologize if I mispronounced this, Arvens LA.
Arvens LA.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me. Question, can you show us next video how to use phone as a webcam for stream and app filters also?
For stream and app filters, well, I do have a couple of videos out there that show you how to use your phone as a web camera for your stream. The Logician or Tech Examined could please drop a link in there to those videos. I would really appreciate it. I'm probably going to be doing another update showing you how to actually use your phone as a webcam and also as a way to add guests, long distance, and that sort of stuff. So there you go. Anyway, go ahead, babe. What's the next one?
Okay, the next one is from Dimebag Darren.
Well, hello, Dimebag Darren.
I don't think he's here.
What's that?
Yeah, he was here earlier.
He was here, yeah.
His questions still work.
Okay.
What you got, babe?
What role does a heavy-duty video card play in streaming if you are not playing games?
Wow, this is a super interesting question. All right. So, yeah, see there, Dimebag Darren is still in the house. What role does a video card play if you're not playing games? Honestly, it encodes your video. That is it. And that's why I was able to stream so effectively, even with all the stuff that I use, like my face cam and the voice changer and all that stuff on a really, really old, crappy machine. And I was able to do all of that because really, if you're not gaming, the only thing that your video card is doing is encoding if you're using an NVIDIA graphics card. So my original specs, I think I still have my original specs in here. Yeah, I do. Here's the specs for the machine that I just switched over from a couple of months ago. You can see it's a Core i7-5930 with 16 gigs of RAM and an NVIDIA graphics card 970. And if that's what you have and you are not game streaming, you can do absolutely amazing things with just this simple setup because the graphics card does all the encoding. There's no heavy load on any of your any of your CPU. It's awesome. So the bottom line is, if you're not streaming games, you can get away with an old NVIDIA graphics card that has an encoder on it. You don't need anything special and a reasonably decent. Want to sell your 970? I'll trade you a 660. Oh man, Dimebag, I would, except for that I actually still use that machine when I do my VR streams. I stream with two PCs. So this machine can tend to be unreliable, shall we say. So I stream on this machine, or I do all of the gaming on this machine, and I actually use a capture card to capture it all and stream from my other 970 card machine. So, sorry, man. I would love to otherwise sell it, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Let's go get another question. Hopefully that answers your question, though. You don't need a heck of a card. You could probably find a 1660 out there used for practically nothing, and that'll do exactly what you want it to do. My 970 is actually really hard to find because they haven't made it in like 5 years or 10 years or whatever. It's been a long time. All right, babe, what you got?
All right, we have 2 questions left. So this is the second last question.
All right.
It is from Skull Sessions, and they say, "Thank you for all your great videos and great tutorials." And their question is, when will Polypop be available for Mac?
Oh, that's right. I was supposed to ask Din about this, and I suck. I don't know. I don't know. I promised I would message him last week, and I didn't. I'm done videoing this week. I got everything done. I was kind of just taking the rest of the week off, so I will have the time, and I will ask. I will ask Din, the person who does the coding and owns Polypop, when or if he plans on doing it for Mac. I am so sorry that I did not get that information for you, but I will write it down as we speak right now. Oh man, I took my pen out to the garage. All right, I suck. I suck so bad at this. Yeah. Hold on. And poor Monica's sitting there. And yes, I am so sorry that I did not get that question. But can you write it down, please, Monica?
I got
Monica has it. I will definitely do that. Then just text yourself. Yes, I could probably do that too. Thank you guys. I'm so sorry. I should have asked the coder from Polypop about it, and it just slipped my mind. It was a weird week. I lost $700 last week buying an engine that didn't exist. So
You're fine.
you guys are gonna have to just give me a little bit of a break. All right, what's the next question, beautiful?
Okay, this is actually the last question. It
All
comes
right.
from
Well, before the last
Alexander.
question, I want to tell a story then. So you could turn the form off because I'm going to tell a little bit of a story about the engine because I know people are wondering what is this engine thing. All right, let's officially do it. All right, there we go. I want to for everyone who's wondering what I'm talking about. On my I have another channel. It's called For the Love of Cars. I do based on things with it. And I bought it near the end of the warm weather months last year. And I kind of teased a whole bunch of things that were going on and taking the engine out and all that sort of stuff. And it turns out that the engine was a lot worse than I thought. So this week I finally made the call. I was going to replace the block and I couldn't find that. So I just wanted to find an engine. So I put out some feelers out there for an engine. And next thing you know, I've got all these people contacting me about an engine. I ordered an engine from one of these people that was supposed to arrive yesterday. Never arrived. And now magically they're disappeared. These people are vaporware, so I had to go and do a chargeback on the engine. And now I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do going forward to get this thing to run. But if you're interested in car content, we're going to be doing a whole lot on there. We're going to be having a lot of fun. And that thing is going to run really soon. Even if I have to go to the junkyard and buy an LS engine and put a V8 in it, I will do that. We're going to get it running. And it's going to be a blast. But I just wanted to tell you guys the trials and tribulations of the stupidity of me, because I bought an engine from a scammer that doesn't actually exist. Oh, we all make mistakes, and I make more than most. But that's what happened this week. Let's go get this last question. All right, what do you got?
It's actually a very nice way to end the stream because this is from Alexander Fox.
Well, hello, Alexander Fox.
And he says, this is more of an appreciation than it is a question. A while back, I had asked you if it was possible to record individual sources in OBS. I work on a church's live stream, and I kept running into the issue of certain cuts where it was done too late or things were just not right. I am so thankful that you were able to find a way. This was the only thing I wanted to sort out before opting for something like the ATM Mini that has source recording built in, but of course it would have been a big investment for what it's going to be used for. So thank you. The work you do is incredible.
Oh, that's awesome. So I'm assuming he's referring to the source record. Hopefully he's tried it out and it works. It can be a little cumbersome and wonky at times, but I'm so glad that it works for you, Alexander Fox. I really do appreciate it.
He's in the
Such
chat.
kind
If
words.
he
Yes, I
replies.
did. I did see Alexander is in the chat. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I'm glad it worked for you. All right. So, what do we got now?
So we are done early today.
What do you mean? How could that be? Why would we be done early?
Well, we answered all the questions. We did really good today.
I guess we did. My goodness.
Where's your baby voice?
I don't know. It's not, my baby voice isn't working.
No, your baby voice is not working.
We can hear it in the live stream.
Oh,
No.
I
Yeah.
can usually hear it here.
Yeah, I
can't-
know we
Yeah.
can.
Well, I will fix that for you. So
Yes.
you guys don't have to cry like a bunch of babies.
Ah,
There we go. How's
There
that?
it
Is that
is.
better? Bunch of babies. I don't know why this happens. Every week we run out of questions.
We do. We do because you answer them all. You take care of everyone.
slackers.
We did get 152 or 125 likes this week, which I
You got
think
a
is
whole-
pretty awesome.
Yes, I
Uh-huh.
know. I know. Everybody gave a thumbs up, it seemed, which is
It is the
awesome.
way, Dad Wars. It is the way.
It is the way.
Oh,
Boy, this is
Well, it's been an
embarrassing.
awesome stream. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, I think we're gonna do this again next week. What do you think?
I think so. I think we should. And again
Awesome.
and again and again. That's right.
All right. Well, I'm
Okay.
gonna close this out, babe. So if you have anything you want to say, now's the time.
Now's the time. All right. Well, thanks guys for coming. I appreciate it. He appreciates it. We did a good number of questions today. Hope we were able to answer everything to your satisfaction.
We really
But
did.
we
We had
will
some
be
great
back.
questions.
Yeah. Yep. We will be back next week.
Hey,
7
Bear's
o'clock
in the house.
Standard Time. Who?
Yeah, 7
About
o'clock
time.
Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, Bear's in the house.
Bears.
Haven't seen Bear for a couple of weeks.
Been
It's
a
good
while.
to see you, man. It's good to see you. Yep, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That is the only legitimate time zone. Thank you, honey. Thank you, Michael, for participating and helping out. I do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All
And we'll
right.
see you next week. Bye, guys.
Thank you guys for showing up. I really do appreciate it. We had a lot of great questions tonight, as usual. And I always like to close this out by letting you know that I try to do everything that I can to help you guys out with live streaming. If you have any specific questions, I always want to answer them. And it is my way of passing on what I know and the knowledge that I have to you. I am not always right. And in fact, sometimes I'm wrong, but I'm always honest when I am. So if that's what you can get, that's what I'll give. I'm gonna keep creating content that hopefully helps you guys become better live streamers. And all I ask of you is to return the favor to your fellow people out there in the world. Try to do something nice for somebody else. It's gonna make you feel really good. And you know what? The world needs people to be good to other people. That's how we make the world a better place. And you can't expect somebody else to do it if you're not willing to step up and do it yourself. So hopefully you guys go out there, do something nice for somebody else. And I love you. I can't believe that we've grown this to this big. It's really awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, how you're doing. The thumbs up, keep them rolling. I do appreciate it, and it helps these videos go out to a wider audience. I can't say thank you enough. It's hard for me to believe that this actually happened. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you again next week on Wednesday night. Or, if you want, we do stream on the Worst Gamer on Earth tomorrow night. Come check it out. We do have a lot of fun, I think. So maybe we'll see you there. Love you guys. Today's video is sponsored by Envato Placeit. Placeit is a marketplace for all kinds of assets that can help you with your YouTube channel. Things like art and live streaming and video assets. You can create amazing face cams and live streaming overlays really easily. There are hundreds of templates, and each face cam and overlay can be modified with different designs, colors, text, and text fonts. The process is super easy, and you can even incorporate your own logo, or if you're like me, your own Place It design logo, and you can put it right in your design. This gives you an infinite number of overlays and face cam possibilities for your live streams. And they're so easy to create, you can use a different one every time you live stream if you wanted to. So please, click the link in the description and check out Envato Place It for yourself. If you have the means, supporting the sponsors that support the channel is a great way to help me keep making awesome content that helps you. So thanks.